Oh, who say does that?
Hi everyone, time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Portland Trailblazers as they go up against the Los Angeles Clippers. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Hey Dave.
Thank you very much. Now the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a 58-game schedule. And for the playoffs, one and done. He says there's a reason people tune into every football game. The college tournament in 63 games gets more TV money than we do in our entire regular season. The more drama, the more TV ratings, the more money. Kevin?
What's not to like? Everything makes sense. Rest the players, more practice time, and all the things you just talked about. Maybe DA, less is more. And thanks for the report. Here are the five for the Clippers. The wing pairing, George and Leonard. Post-tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. And it's Jackson in at the one spot. And for the Trailblazers, their forwards, it's Hart and Grant. Sharp out there with Anthony Simon. And it's Nurkic in at the center.
Gentlemen, if we go back to the summer of 2019, that is the summer where the Clippers got both Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. When they made those moves, everyone expected this to be an NBA Finals team.
Now, here's Hart. They did, and thus far for Los Angeles, no finals trips in the last 3 seasons of Leonard and George.
That's exactly right, Kevin. In the bubble playoffs in Orlando, they got close. But then Kawhi got hurt during the 2021 playoffs, and last year, Kawhi out for the entire season. So health has been a critical factor in their failures.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. With just about a half season behind us, the rankings are clearer than ever, Greg. Do you feel confident starting to make some playoff predictions?
Oh, Kevin, it's way too early for that. Injuries, other roster shakeups. There's just still so much that could happen and totally reshape those rankings.
Leonard with the bucket.
Well, Kawhi Leonard meets the defender at the rim, and he comes out on top.
And here's Sharp. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Here's Simons. The shot missing, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
How about that pass from Reggie Jackson? Right on the money, folks.
Simons surveying the D. Crafty move, and it's finished off by Grant as he lays it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Jackson. Following the basket by Jeremy Grant. Jackson passes to Leonard. Zubac, a screen on Hart. They get it again. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Here's Simons. The Clippers getting the bucket. Pass to Hart from downtown. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. You know, Doris, there's some pretty cool stories, aren't there, about Kawhi Leonard and what he has done in the community?
There really are, Kevin. I think about it. When he wins the Defensive Player of the Year award, that comes with a car. And instead of using it for his own personal use, he donated that to a children's welfare charity. This is the same guy who gave 1 million backpacks to kids in need in Los Angeles. Just a few of the things he does for his community.
Now, here's Simons. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Just 4 to shoot. The 3. And it's sharp missing.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
Jackson up top. He's guarded by Nurkic. Here's Morris. He doesn't hit that one. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And here we go. The first in what will be a 3-game season series between the two teams.
You know, right out of the gates, one team gets a lead with the head-to-head advantage, bragging rights, if you will, over the other. And tonight, it starts.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of this game.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
The first one falls.
And we see Portland revamping on the fly. A lot of changes. But it's not a rebuild. This new look roster hoping to keep the Blazers relevant while also giving them a greater upside long term.
Justice Winslow, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Johnson comes in for Anfernee Simons. Doris, it's been great to see the Clippers rise to prominence over the last 10 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this was an organization that spent years in futility, but you have to admire the transformation that has led to consistent success. They used to be a franchise that made the playoffs maybe once in a decade. Now you expect them to contend in the West.
And finished off by Nurkic.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Now here's Jackson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. 6 to shoot. Knocked loose. Here's Leonard. And it's Portland with the rebound, coming off that loss against the Nets.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
Now here's Jackson, following the miss by Jeremy Grant. Jackson against Johnson. Leonard kicks to Batum. That falls. Nice feed that time from Leonard.
Well, Nick Batum does pre-shot preparation, so on the catch he is ready to rise and fire.
Johnson outside. It's hauled in by George. Clippers leading by 3. With the drive, and the layup is good.
Well, superstars understand the contact is part of the game. Paul George willing to play through it.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Johnson kicks to Winslow. Grant gets a wide open look. That 3 off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Leonard finds Batum. Another shot, and the layup good by Leonard. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
As Kawhi likes to say, board man gets paid.
Here's Grant, banked in off the glass.
And another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. The Clippers on top, up by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment.
Clippers 15.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one after the win against the Pacers.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
So with George on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. Then there's Norman Powell, and it's Wall, and it's Man in at the 2 spot. Ball against Simon. Fade away. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And after not playing for a season, John Wall back in action. Bought out by the Rockets, and he signs with the Clippers. If he can get back to where he was, that's a huge win for the Clippers. Could serve as a deadly third option for LA.
Morris with the screen for Wall. Pass to Zubac. Here's Man. Takes a 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Hart, wide open. He fires. Portland no good that time either. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Man. Zubac trying to break loose. And the layup's good off the glass. Man's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Los Angeles. Now the pass to Hart. Hart with a screen on Wall. To the inside. Eubanks. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, the Blazers missed the playoffs last season for the first time in almost a decade. Coach Billups says, it's been a lot here so far, but I just know that I'm built for this. This is what I do, and it gives me the opportunity to stand up as a man to show that I can lead. I'm ready for it. Kevin?
I think he is, and he's embracing the challenge, which is fun to watch. David, thanks. Clock is at 3. Foul for 3. Eubanks grabs the miss.
And maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I'm not sure who'd agree with him.
I think we have to check his sanity because there's a number of better options on the floor.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. Fades and shoots. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Zubac the pass to Wall. And here is Powell. Morris with the screen for Powell. Los Angeles with another miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Simons the pass to Eubanks. Here's Hart. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Launches it. That one misses. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And Wall kicks to Morris. Dishes it to Powell. To the paint. Here's Zubac. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Zubac has got 6. And in the last decade, defenses switching on screens has increased dramatically. Is this the new normal, you think?
Kevin, I think so. I think teams that switch well tend to defend well because switching can create mismatches, but it's harder to punish those now with all the help defense.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles with some changes. So a moment now to see the story for Josh Hart. Trailblazers trail by 3. Kicks it to Winslow. Johnson outside. There's the dish to Grant. Back to Johnson from the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And you look at the young talent the Blazers have, a nice young core group that can grow. Simon's the big name from that group.
And Simons and Little Greg, a pair of names Portland fans are definitely excited about.
And they have shown that they can be valuable players. Portland got a lot younger with the trades they made last year. Now they have to have that youth develop.
Free throw good, Nicholas Batum.
One of the things I admire most about Nick Batum is how consistently he gives effort through 48 minutes. Plays with his head in the game and giving his all-out effort every play.
And he makes both free throws. For the Clippers organization, GA, what do you think the goal is?
Well, it's clear to me, Kevin, get to the NBA Finals. The Clippers have never made it there. And I think a trip to the Finals is within reach of this group. They just need to stay healthy. Just impress with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Leonard, that's for 2. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And now here's Nurkic. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. On the wing, Johnson, guarded by Jackson. Jackson against Johnson. From deep. The long distance three's buried. Johnson's got the game tied up here for Portland.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Second chance effort, and George finishes inside.
Well, Paul George has length, and that allows him to contribute on the backboards.
Johnson surveying the floor. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You've got to be careful and on point with Reggie Jackson as a defender because he is so good at drawing that contact and making you put him at the foul line.
And the first one drops. Jackson hits both of them.
Reggie Jackson, one of those guys who does a little bit of everything. Can score it, can be a setup guy, can play the one, can play the two. You love his versatility.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Clippers lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And as we welcome you to the studio, we call your attention to the top performers.
These guys are leading their way offensively. It's hard work doing all that scoring. Wouldn't you agree with that, Shaq?
Not for me, it wasn't. Piece of cake or barbecue chicken, whichever you prefer, or both at the same time. I'm hungry.
And now let's focus on the Trailblazers. At halftime now, it's been a tight one.
The stat that jumps out to me is their lousy three-point shooting. The perimeter is looking like a lost cause for them. Might want to switch it up.
Right, because even if they start hitting those shots, threes alone aren't going to solve their problems.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. And Bernie Simons out there with Sharp. And it's Hart in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Chauncey Billups starts the second half with. Nailed from three-point land.
Nice vision from the youngster, Sharp, that time.
You know, Greg Anthony, people talk about Jeremy Grant as a scorer. But what about his passing?
Significantly better moving the ball along. He's leaving no stone unturned as he looks to maximize his abilities.
Portland trailing here. Now Simons. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Nurkic fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And they have scraped and clawed to get back into this thing, just chipping away little by little and finally now taking the lead.
Team foul. At the line for your Trailblazers, Yusuf, shooting 1.
On the free throw, no good. Greg, you take a look at Nurkic. He is at his best going against big-name centers.
Nurkic is the kind of player who rises to a challenge, can be a bit inconsistent in what he gives you, but he loves the challenge of going up against the best.
Just 5 to shoot. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
Looking now at the numbers for Jackson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging 12 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Here's Nurkic, and it's Grant in the corner. Nurkic, a screen on Jackson. And that one is good. Simons has got the lead up to 3 now for Portland.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Jackson against Simon. Outside Jackson. Morris with the screen for Jackson. Morris outside. No good, unable to end this run.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Simons. Now here's Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Nurkic a screen on Leonard. Hart finds Nurkic, and he banks in the lane. Now it's a 5-point Portland lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Outside, George. Here's Leonard. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Leonard's got 6 points.
Well, this might be Kawhi Leonard's favorite shot. It gets him in rhythm. The mid-range jumper so silky.
Nurkic the pass to Hart. No good from outside.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Yeah, really smart move by Paul George. Feeds a ready shooter instead of forcing his own shot.
Simons kicks to Grant. Nurkic a screen on Morris. Grant the pass to Nurkic. It's good. Nurkic has got 6 points in the quarter.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. New group here for Portland. Eubanks, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Nasir Little comes in for Grant. Winslow's checked in for Sharp. And it's Johnson in for Anfernee Simons. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Takes it from 10. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Trailblazers leading by 3. Hart kicks to Johnson. Hart with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Eubanks. Unable to get that one. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And that one drops for him. Wall's got his first basket.
John Wall is assertive when he touches the paint. This guy always capable of doing damage inside.
Passes it to Eubanks. And there's a minute 45 left here in the third quarter. Batum with the steal. Here's Mann. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And taken away by Johnson. Winslow, the pass to Little. And it's Little finishing it off.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm. I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Winslow dishes to Johnson. Clock at 6. Trying his luck from deep. And it's Winslow that time on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. It's good.
John Wall has an incredibly high basketball IQ, so you find the shooter and get it into their hands.
There's the pass to Hart. Now Johnson. Here's Eubanks. Defended by Batum. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Second team foul.
The Trailblazers have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collectively.
First one falls for him. Simons, he's checked in for Johnson. Powell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Pass to Mann. Kicks it out to Covington. Off target with his 3. And we've reached the end of the third. Portland out in front, leading by 6. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.
33.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, on court spots are the deadly George and Leonard. The guard and off guard, filled by Jackson and Powell. And it's Zubac in at the center position.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. Greg, when you watch Anthony Simons play, you can see the burst he has on the ball.
And that goes for him attacking the rim and rising up for a shot. Impossible to stay in front of him with that quick first step. And with his skill and athleticism, boy, the sky's the limit.
And Simons drops them both.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Over Grant. And that one goes long. Trailblazers leading by 8. Now here's Little. And here is Simons. Here's Grant. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Pass to George from outside the arc. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 10 now for Portland.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court, but when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Now, here's Sharp, guarded by Powell. Grant against Leonard. Grant kicks to Little. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 6 rebounds in the game. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. This is it to Zubac. Rebound by Nurkic. Portland leading by 10. Down low. Here's Sharp. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Sharp's got his first basket of the night. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
George with the bucket.
What a hoop by Paul George. The versatility to get inside and score it.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Nurkic dishes to Grant. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Awesome display of athleticism captured by your AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Grant against Leonard. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Now, this is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
The pass to Simons. Over Jackson. And it's Simons missing. Clippers trail by 10. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has improved his passing ability on time and on target. Yes, sir.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Portland, here are your Blazers breaker David Cruz.
Josh Hart, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Morris is checked in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Guys, during that last break, I listened to Chauncey Billups talk to his team. He talked about the mindset they need to have and what he wants to see the rest of the way. Engagement at both ends and making good decisions with the ball. Guys?
Thank you, David. Simons against Jackson. And good that time. Simons has got 6 here in this quarter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And the dunk by Zubac.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Grant the pass to Nurkic, and it's good, 2 points. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
And more points for Nurkic. He can do this from time to time when he gets in a rhythm.
Now Leonard. Zubac, a screen on Hart. Leonard finds Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Simons. Grant surveying the D. And finished off by Nurkic.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Portland.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jusuf Nurkic.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
And he commits the intentional foul. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
And an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Portland, Sharp, taking 2 shots.
Last on the first.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker.
And all the talent in the world. That's what made Sharp the 7th overall pick in a fairly deep draft.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 7. We've got 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Some call them wins and lessons. Coach not wasting any time making his point.
Well, maybe not his time, but this game is certainly finished. Let's get it over with.
Ball passes to man. Off target from outside. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Trailblazers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Simons with the ball. So the Trailblazers win it. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now, let's check out our New Balance player of the game, Jusuf Nurkic.